Incremental greetings. Let's continue the Supermemo course, the Pleasurable expansion. There's something in Supermemo that you can have no template, but then you can also create the element with no template right away, without detaching it. It never had a template to begin with. This is what Fowl calls archetypal template or default template. So let's cover that.
A default template doesn't actually look like this. Like the default archetype inside Supermemo is just a white thing.
What is this white thing? He says like the default template or the archetype template. Let's cover that. Because in Supermemo you can have no templates at all. By the way, it's actually true in the most physical sense, the most literal sense. I can delete all of the members. I can delete every single template I have in this collection and have no template at all. It's possible to do. The user has an absolute power in Supermemo, but also this comes with the consequence that you can do a lot of harm on your collection if you don't know what you're doing. So, long story short, if I create here a new topic, this is how it looks. This is the default archetype template, which is just one big thing, one big HTML component with the white background. And now, why this is this shade of gray? Well, it's because it's using the default file. If you remember, we can go there, edit file, and it's a supermemo.css. It happened that I modified this. So any collection in my Supermemo will look like this, and I modified the color. So basically, it's the default thing. Same for items. You create a new item, I get the front and the question on the same size with no image, with the same more or less border. And again, two HTML components, therefore being applied the same thing. Supermemo CSS. This is what he means by the default template or archetype template. Which, by the way, when you see this, it will be seen as no template. It's like the default source. If there's no template that we can use, it will look like that. Imagine that I have a piece of paper, I want to stamp something, but I got robbed, I don't have any stamper. So what do I do instead? Instead, I will have the default. That means that how the sheet of paper is. If I go to get a new sheet of paper on the pack, it will look like that. Same thing. That's all for now. See you in the next video.